Alright guys, this video is going to be a little bit about how to go from introvert to extrovert. And I'm going to talk about the positives of both and the sort of negatives of both. Because basically to be a really good high value person, you have to be both an introvert and an extrovert at the same time, also neither, and also beyond those two. You have to transcend that duality. But anyway, we'll talk about the beginning stuff first. So it might be like a two-part series. I'm going to try to put it in one part. I got a lot of space right now, so I'm going to make a long video. Anyways, here we go. Got time to blast out, guys. Show you all. Sweet. Damn, that was a real good hit. Alright, guys. So first, I'm going to talk about how I went from introvert to extrovert. So basically, as long as I can remember throughout my whole life, I was always a massive socially awkward, strange, weirdo, kind of weird, I guess, whatever, guy. And I was an extreme introvert. But I remember when I was in middle school, though, I was actually a bit of an extrovert a little bit during that time. But I wasn't talking to the girls at all, though. And I wasn't really acquaintances with the girls. I always wanted to stick with the bros. Pretty much my main friends in middle school were my niggas Andre and Frank. And I guess sort of Michael. And who else? I think it was just the four of us. We were at the four nerds. Like the four geeks. But pretty much, I was pretty much acquaintances and friends with all the guys in the class. And I pretty much talked to pretty much everybody. Like that was actually where I met my two former best friends, my best friend Tico and Juan, and my former master, my former best friend, 5-star blazer and Sasha. That's where I met them. I met them both in 7th grade, middle school. But enough the point. Basically, in middle school, I had to have a lot of energy. And I would just talk bullshit all the time, just talk and shit. And also, I was just like, be cool with the guys, be a bro. But I would share with the girls or whatever. And I'll talk about middle school story in another video. Anyways, yeah. So then I go to high school, right? And in 9th grade, I have a hard time making friends and shit. I made a couple friends. Let me see. I can tell on one hand. Let me see. Yeah, so in freshman year, I pretty much only made like 3 friends. I wasn't really hanging out with them that much. I was always pretty much alone. But when I reached 10th grade, though, I met my high school best friends, Jay Sean and Malik and my homie Jeff. Now, basically, pretty much, when I was dumb, I was with my friends. I guess I was sort of an extrovert, kind of. Because I remember all my friends always told me to shut up. Because I was just talk shit. But I wasn't, even though, maybe even them already talking to them, maybe. I don't have much memory of my high school years or whatever. But I know that I was with my friends. I would just talk. Just talk a lot of shit, joke around a lot. Just have fun. Like, I love being in their company. And I think in 10th grade, I made my first 3 female friends. Which is my former female crush, high school crush, Claire, and then this black chick named, I forgot her name, Keisha or some shit, I think her name was Keisha or some shit. Yeah, I crushed her too. And then this third female friend that was in the same grade as Jay Sean Malik. Cause when I was a sophomore, Jay Sean Malik were seniors, and her name was Raisa. Because I had a crush on all 3 of these girls, but even though I was sort of extroverted, I was super nervous and scared and shy around girls, so I was never able to even make a move on any of them. And especially my girl I wanted the most was Claire, because no lie, back in 10th grade, they used to let us go outside for lunch, and I remember almost every day Claire and me would go to the same Chinese restaurant, and she would buy me Chinese food all the time. And we would just talk about random stuff, whatever, and it was really, really cool back then. But with that during that time, like, I was still way too shy and awkward and an introvert to actually even try to make a move, to even try to make any girl my girlfriend. But I don't know if Claire was doing that to be a good friend, or she actually liked me a little bit. I don't know. I'll never know, because now Claire's a kid and she's married, I think. So I'll never know that. But anyways, yeah. So from there, 11th grade, my best friends all graduate. And then from 11th grade, I started hanging out with the younger guys. I remember I never chilled out. I never had that many friends in my own grade. Like when I was in 11th grade, I started chilling with the freshmen and the sophomores and shit. Like my nigga Lewis, who was a sophomore. My nigga Gio, who was a sophomore. Who else? I mean, Jeff was in my same year, I think. I think Jeff got a back one. So it was me, Leo, Gio, Jeff. Yeah, me, Lewis, Gio, and Jeff. And I forgot who else. Then it was another person. I think it was the four of us. Basically, at that point, I started smoking weed in 11th grade, right? So pretty much at that point, we all started smoking weed together. We were smoking weed pretty much at least 2 times a week. Now I have some stories about that shit too, but I'm going to tell my high school videos. I'm going to talk about those stories. But I have a lot of stories about getting high and shit, really fucking crazy shit happening and whatnot. But yeah, basically, so from there, I started smoking weed all the time. And now, but the weed actually made me more of an introvert than an extrovert. Like the weed made me go more into my head and start thinking more. But I'm happy I started smoking weed because I started self-reflecting more and analyzing myself more, and I started improving slowly. So pretty much, I'm taking another hit right now. And then I'm going to tell y'all. Alright, so before I take this hit. So basically, I ended up becoming an extrovert over time. Pretty much the main reason I became an extrovert was 3 things. LSD. Meeting 4 things. Meeting my former female master, Tiger. Smoking crack. And talking all the time with my former male master, Slasher. 5-star blood general, Slasher. Or Cutter. But he doesn't like to be called Cutter because the C. So I call him Slasher. Anyways, yeah. Between those 4 things, LSD, crack, Tiger, and Slasher. Between those 2 people and those 2 drugs, that completely turned me from an introvert to an extrovert. So now I'm going to take this hit real quick, and then I'm going to tell y'all some tips on how you can go from an introvert to an extrovert. But I'm going to also tell you why you don't even have to do anything. Now you're actually already both an introvert and an extrovert. But I'm going to make that, alright, I'm going to make that one video. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I need a hit right now. I'm going to take a decent hit. Take all the big rocks over there. Get the small rocks over here. That's decent. Hold that for a second. I'm actually going to take them and end the video. Hold on, guys. Here we go. Alright, here we go, guys. Turn the glass off, guys. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I feel good. So yeah, I'll read this last part quick. So what I just said just now, before I took this hit, was pretty much my experience and how I went from introvert to extrovert. Now, let's say you don't want to do any drugs, or you can't manage to find a girl, or you don't have a best friend that wants to talk to you and give you advice and tips and help you and elevate you for at least 8 to 12 hours a day, talk on the phone with them every day. Or you don't have a female friend or best friend or female master that basically teach you game and help you raise your confidence and self-respect and self-love and make you good with women. Like I did with Tiger, with my first love. I always love her. Anyways, yeah. Point is, yeah. Then what you can do is this. Basically, get a notebook and write 2 pages. 2 full pages, front and back, so 4 pages. In the first page, you write why. You don't have to finish the whole page. Just write like at least 2 paragraphs per page. So before you write 1 paragraph, what makes you, and what do you do that makes you into an extrovert? Shit, video was ending. Alright, so do that. What makes you think, what do you do that makes you into an extrovert? 1 page. Then the second page, 2 paragraph. It's 1 paragraph per page. Second paragraph. Okay. If I wasn't an introvert, how would my life be? Then the third page, I already just talked. The third page, you write, if I was an extrovert, what would I do and how would I live? And the last page, pretty much, you say, if I am an extrovert right now, how would I do this? Blank. For example, how would I get girls to like me? How would I make friends? How would I make new best friends? How would I be a better son, brother, cousin, nephew, son, and father? And that's all you gotta do, guys. You basically write those 4 paragraphs and you read that every single day. And the main thing you gotta do is get out of your house and start having conversations with people that live in your building. Just leave from your building and have some conversations with everyone that wants to. Alright, peace, guys. Peace. Peace.